I beg your highness only this. Please do not see this man alone, nor even with your servants only to guard you. I promise you, all will be made clear very shortly when my investigation is complete. For now, only keep yourself safe. Your most grateful servant, Christian von Ritter, Schloss Ritter, Rittersburg, Bavaria.
Okay, well, that was in a werewolf book and about a guy named the Black Wolf, but it's not during the right time frame because Werner Huber said it was in the 1700s that the werewolf was in.
Chapter 3. Lycanthropy.
Was in
the ways of the wolf.
Was in Rittersburg. But that's interesting.
There are two categories of werewolf cases: false or lycanthropic disorder cases and genuine werewolf cases. Lycanthropic disorder. Lycanthropic disorder is a mental condition in which the subject, called a lycanthrope, believes that he or she is a werewolf. The subject does not actually change shape, but is nevertheless capable of being as dangerous as an actual werewolf.
Wait, really?
Most cases of supposed werewolfery are really the work of lycanthropic disorder victims, man to beast. In real werewolves, a physical change to wolf form does occur. The change can be voluntary, at will, or can be forced by certain cycles of the moon and certain sounds, such as howling. Werewolves and immortality. Werewolves are immune from aging and from most physical diseases due to the constant regeneration of their physical tissue. They can therefore be virtually immortal. However, they can be killed by any wound that destroys the heart or the brain, or any form of death that causes brain or heart damage, such as hanging or other oxygen deprivation methods. The mind of a werewolf. Though primarily a true wolf while in wolf form, there is some proof that the werewolf retains enough knowledge to assist his killing. Recognition of victims, evasion of traps, and human cunning have all been seen on werewolf cases. Becoming a werewolf. There are several ways to become a werewolf. They include being given the power of shape-shifting through sorcery, being cursed by someone whom you have wronged in some way, called the Lyconia curse, being bitten by a werewolf, and being born to a werewolf. In each case, the blood of the subject becomes tainted or cursed. Damnation. A person who becomes a werewolf against his will, birth, curse, or bite, is not completely damned until he tastes of human blood. Once he does, his soul is eternally damned and nothing may redeem him. Even without tasting of human blood, however, as long as the taint lays upon the immortal soul, it cannot enter into heaven and will remain chained to the mortal plane upon death.
Bummer.
Werewolf packs. Like real wolves, werewolves can live alone for many years, yet the instinct for a pack often leads them away from their secretive lifestyles into revealing their nature to a priest or close associate, or converting another to werewolfery for companionship. This is when the otherwise cagey werewolf opens himself to detection. Werewolf packs cause immense destruction. A pack consists of one werewolf who became a werewolf through sorcery, birth, or curse. In other words, his is the original tainted blood. This werewolf is called the alpha werewolf. The remaining werewolves in the pack are called beta werewolves because they became werewolves through the bite of the alpha and carry the alpha's tainted blood.
Where have we seen a pack of people?
Alpha and beta werewolves. The relationship between alpha and beta werewolves is a complex one. Once a subject is bitten by a werewolf, his or her life and death are doomed to the werewolf curse. The victim does, however, have some hope. As long as they themselves do not taste of human blood, the curse is reversible. If the alpha werewolf is killed through some action of the beta's curse is broken. It is important to note that whether the beta werewolf was bitten by the alpha werewolf himself or by another beta, it is the alpha who must be destroyed, the source of the original tainted blood. It is also an interesting note that since betas and alphas share the same common blood, an alpha cannot physically harm a beta of his own bloodline by his own hand without inflicting the same injury upon himself. However, if a beta is harmed or killed by another, it does not affect the alpha.
That's pretty complicated.
Symptoms of werewolfery. When hunting for a werewolf, it is important to remember that your biggest clues will come through your suspects' personalities. Becoming a werewolf is not transparent, no matter how the victim tries to hide it. The tainted subhuman blood greatly alters the subject's own mind and personality, even physical appearance. Therefore, look for symptoms in your human suspects that include increasing violence, increasing aggression, unprovoked rages, insomnia, restlessness, and other bizarre behavior. Unfortunately, over time, these symptoms can be brought under control, so do not rely upon them exclusively. A good example of this comes from a case reported by the ancient priesthood society Manos del Sol of Brazil. A rash of werewolf killings there was tracked to a high-ranking officer in the army. The society became aware of the man mainly through rumors of his violent behavior and changed personality. The case was successfully resolved with a man's capture. Manos del Sol, men of the sun? I wonder if they're like Schottenjägers, only Brazilian. Looks like biographies here. I wonder if there's anything on... Yes, Ludwig. König von Bayern, König Ludwig, sein Leben und sein Sieg, die letzten Tage des König Ludwig II. German. That's not much help.
Grace's German is not good enough to read those books. We'll have to find some other way.
If only we had some people around who were fluent in German and sufficiently fluent in English to be helpful.
And who we weren't just a total asshole to.
Maybe.
The Journal of Victor Ritter.
So Grace automatically pulls the Schottenjäger's diary from the correct time frame, which was the 1700s.
Numerous deaths at the hands of a marauding wolf being recorded in a neighboring county, I set out to see if I could determine the cause. There had been rumors of a werewolf, and the dark signs did indeed seem to be present. The deaths had all occurred within a 40-kilometer range of woods, and at the heart was the village of Alfing. My assistant and I set a trap a short distance from the village. Though the beast had shown a propensity for human flesh, livestock had also been taken. It was a newling lamb we loosed in the thicket as a lure. We awaited downwind. For 2 nights the lamb bleated to no purpose, and once we had to fend off a hungry fox. But at last the beast himself took the bait. I might have missed him. The night was so dark, and the wolf himself was black. But my assistant saw the light of his eyes, and I heard the lamb's cries turn fearful. He had the poor dumb lamb by the throat when we sprang.
Did the lamb die?
It was swift, and might have escaped, but his fatal mistake was to attack rather than run. My dagger struck through his chest and into his right lung. As I had agreed, we bound the wolf and tied shut its jaws. We brought it home to Rittersburg, still breathing, and turned it over to the magistrate. I pray for the man's unfortunate soul. May the law be swift and merciful. God be praised for aiding his servant. From his hand came the strength and wisdom to end the killing. Victor Ritter, Schottenjäger, 20 April 1750.
1750. Now we can get him to pull the records. We don't really know why they would bother bringing the werewolf back to town. Or they haven't said so, although we have read something that suggests why. Which is that the werewolfery is passed down through birth. So if the wolf that they caught had any children while he was a werewolf, then they would have to go and kill that child, right?
Well, yeah, unless they were pretty damn sure that he hadn't, eaten any humans yet. Or, so
no,
they're not
they would want
you're
to.
still a werewolf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that werewolf trial I'd asked you about? I have a date now. April 1750.
Excellent. Let me go look.
Because there were a lot of trials during that year
No doubt.
in 1750.
Maybe they were
I
a
heard of
litigious
this
people.
case when I was a boy, but I always thought it was just a scary tale. I never thought to look in the archives. It was there, all right. What did you want to know?
Why did they bring the wolf to Rittersburg? I know the Schottenjäger lived here, but why didn't he just...
Kill it where he found it? I don't know. Let's see. Ah, yes. They wanted to know what man it was, who it was.
They brought it here so it would change back?
Yes, exactly.
Did it change back?
That's what it says. They put the wolf in a cell, and the next morning they found a man in there. A laborer from out of town identified him as Baron von Raleigh from Alfing.
Why did they want to find out who the werewolf was?
I would guess. Yes. It says here that a group of villagers were sent to the werewolf's hometown once they learned its human identity.
Why? They thought there were more of them there?
In those days, the family of the identified werewolf would be in great danger. Many believed such curses were handed down through the bloodline.
So if that book is correct, that's true.
What happened to the alleged werewolf?
He was interrogated for 2 days. He confessed his guilt. The trial took place on the 3rd day, and he was sentenced to death by quartering and the stake. He was given a final meal. He asked to see a confessor, and this was granted. He died at dawn the following day.
They pulled off his limbs and burned him?
Don't think harshly of us, miss. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, they killed 6 million.
Where was the werewolf kept while it was here?
The dungeon. There's a dungeon in the rat house basement. We don't use it anymore, of course. Haven't for many years.
How many?
Few.
Was there anything else?
I suppose not. Unless... Is there any way I could see the dungeon?
It would be my pleasure.
That's weird, right?
A little.
He's really happy to be taking her to a dungeon.
Yes, let's go to that dungeon.
It's a 50 Shades thing. Let's walk on this green screen.
Everything's been kept the way it was when the dungeon was in use. We show it off to tourists sometimes. Are you all right, miss?
I'm fine. It's just that this place is so claustrophobic.
I tell you what, normally this place is locked to keep out the village children. I'll leave it open. You can come and go as you please.
Would you? Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Goodbye, and good luck.
Bye.
It's really more of a jail than a dungeon. So Grace had some kind of premonition, but the scenes we saw were from the introduction, the prologue, which may have been the villagers going to Von Raleig's
Von Raleigh slept here.
Von Raleig's house to kill his family. We don't yet know whether they were successful in killing his child.
Claw marks.
Mm-hmm.
He asked to see a confessor.
Okay, so that gives us a lead.
They don't write them down.
Well, maybe they did.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
This was special.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I found out whether they were going to re-record the voices for the remake of Gabriel Night 1. They are, because they actually lost the sound files.
Awesome.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
Some kind of mystical flower, no doubt. Otherwise, we wouldn't care.
Those will definitely be coming up again.
St. Georg Church.
Yeah, they actually just, like, nobody kept a backup of the voice files, so they have to get all new people.
Hallo. Guten Tag. Haben Sie hat der Kirche Papiere von 1750?
Wie bitte?
Papiere. Geschichte von 1750. How do you say that? Sprechen Sie Englisch?
Nein, leider, ich spreche nicht Englisch.
All right. Danke.
Bitte schön.
If only we knew somebody who spoke German.
Maybe Grace shouldn't have pissed off the one most helpful German speaker that she knows, but we do have the mayor, or whatever he is. And he doesn't seem to have any real job that I can figure.
Why would he?
Yeah, I guess. You're mayor of a small town.
It's like a community organizer, except with
Hello
actual
again.
responsibility.
Did you need something else?
You did not just quote Sarah Palin.
Actually, I did.
I had a thought while I was in the dungeon.
Yes.
You mentioned that Baron von Rawlik was allowed to give a last confession. I suppose the priest was from St. George's?
I suppose it was.
Would there be a record of the last confession? It might tell us more about the Baron's life.
Good idea, young lady. Those records are in German, though, and Father Getz doesn't speak English. Do you think this would really help your Schattenjäger?
I'm not sure. It couldn't hurt.
All right. I'll write you a note. You give it to Father Getz, and he'll see if they have a record of the confession. If they do, you bring it back here to me, and I'll help you translate it, okay?
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Certainly. You got my curiosity up too, you know.
Is that all she's got up?
That's not cool. They keep records of people's confessions. I mean, they did for the Inquisition, but
That's a different thing.
yeah.
That's not like confession. I'm pretty sure.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Ja.
Das hier ist von Herrn Habermas.
Ein Moment, bitte.
Sure, I'll just go into the records of the confessions room, which we have.
Das ist für Sie.
Dankeschön.
Was this Catholic or Lutheran or something?
I think they're Catholics.
Because I'm pretty sure the Catholics don't. I mean, if you're, well, they probably did if you were important.
Do
Because
Lutherans have confession?
I don't know, maybe.
Hello again. Did you need something else?
I have the church file.
Excellent. Let me see it. What's this? This is in English. It's from a lawyer in Buenos Aires. It's addressed to St. Georg's Church. The date is 1764.
What's it say?
It's a request for information about the death of Baron Klaus von Ralleck. It says it's for the family. I assume someone answered it. Curious?
What?
The seal on the envelope.
A wolf?
Okay. The last confession. The Ralleck family took the symbol of a black wolf to represent their great skill at the hunt. Let me see. Klaus von Ralleck says that he lived up to the family symbol too well. His friends nicknamed him the Black Wolf, but he confessed it was more because he was prideful and treated his villagers and women very badly. He was much feared. The Baron confesses that a life of sin brought the werewolf curse upon him. Listen to this. A gypsy camp, Hungarians, came to Alfing one day. He wanted one of their young women. He had her brought to his castle by force, and there he...
Raped her?
Raped her, yes. He intended to release her, but before he did, the girl killed herself. The next day, an old gypsy woman from the camp cursed him, saying that he was to become the shape that his name and his crimes showed his heart to be.
I see.
Soon afterwards, her curse came about. Klaus von Ralleck began to change, to run at night as wolf, to kill and eat human flesh. He begs forgiveness from God and from his wife and son. He says he welcomes his punishment, if only it will pay for his sins and save his family from further pain. That is all that is written.
Wow. Thank you.
I'll return this to Father Getz for you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, young lady. And to your Schottenjäger.
Well, that was helpful. 1760, 14 years. Oh, by the way, Grace keeps her notes, and she doesn't record them, but she writes her thoughts.
St. George's Church Records gives Baron von Ralleck's last confession. Says before he became a werewolf, he was a real SOB and was nicknamed the Black Wolf. Also had a black wolf on the von Ralleck coat of arms. Says he became a werewolf when cursed by a gypsy to live up to his name. Am I going crazy? The Black Wolf is who Christian Ritter was warning Ludwig II about. But that was 1864 and von Ralleck died here in 1750? Do all werewolves call themselves that? Definitely need to find out more about the 1864 Black Wolf if possible.
He had a son.
Yeah.
That seems significant. Depending when the son was born.
So we think maybe the family escaped to Buenos Aires.
It's a long tradition of Germans escaping to Argentina. What does Argentina hold for the Germans?
Yeah. I think there was fascism in Argentina.
Oh, well, fascism, one fascist.
The Black Wolf probably wasn't seeking another fascist.
I wonder if Christian Ritter's journal is here.
Christian Ritter, born 10 January 1820, ordained a Schottenjäger, Died 4 March 1864. The 4th of March. That's the date on the letter.
Okay, so he wrote the letter, but he never sent it to King Ludwig, and he died. Did the Black Wolf kill
3
him?
January
And if so,
1864.
why didn't he just
I
write a
am now
letter?
in Prussia. The beast that brought me here has so far bested me. He is secretive and skillful. He has much self-control, unlike what I'd been led to expect. He seems to know almost before I do where and when I will be stalking him. He turns up his nose at my lures. 3 more disappearances have occurred, and I'm no closer to learning his identity nor finding his lair. I can't even prove he took them. Not a single corpse has been found. March 3rd, 1864. I have had a break at last. The key was in front of me all the time. The Black Wolf, he so daringly calls himself, for all to hear and none to truly see. It is worse than I could ever have suspected. He is not just a beast, but a monster. His jaws are already around some of the best throats in Europe. I return to Rittersburg tonight. I must warn those in danger and get someone to assist me. I am in over my head.
Yep. So maybe von Raulich found out the Schattenjäger and killed him. We don't actually know how he died. We need to find out about King Ludwig II. If Ludwig II was the one that the letter was written to, how can we find out without being able to read the books that are actually right there? And
Bert Barkley knows more about history than I ever will.
And I guess
especially at this rate.
We can't just talk to Gerda because we're fucking assholes.
Well, we could bake her a cake or something and say we're sorry.
No, let's call somebody in America.
Hello?
Professor Barkley, this is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Germany.
Germany? I thought you were in New Orleans.
I was, but anyway, it's rather important or I wouldn't have bothered you. Do you know anything about King Ludwig II of Bavaria?
Well, that's a hell of a thing to ask a man in the middle of the night. Late 1800s, right?
Yes.
This isn't really my field, but I think he was crazy or something.
I wish I knew. Do you know anyone who specializes in German history?
Yeah, I have a friend at the University of Berlin. I'll ring him. What's your number there?
It's 4989-555-7878.
Okay, I'll call you back if I remember this conversation in the morning anyway.
Great. Sorry again. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
What was that thing that he was using instead of a phone?
I don't know. Some kind of weird, like, almost like a can on a string.
Hard at work night?
I am angry at this. I am mad that he has writer's block.
I suppose in the next Blake Backlash book, good old Fujitsu will be replaced by Hildegard.
He named you after the fax machine.
So we don't... Before this chapter will end, Grace has to find out something about King Ludwig. I don't really know the logic behind this. You're supposed to have noted that there were photographs up in the Gasthof.
One of them looked kind of royally.
Yeah, that maybe is a king, but I guess you're just supposed to try things until you figure it out.
I love this soundtrack.
It's very stereotypical.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Grace says Alpinian, or Alpinian. Isn't Alpine an adjective?
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
So.
Of course. Everybody knows about Ludwig. He was the last true king Bavaria had. Why do you think I hang his portrait? Eh? Or that article on the wall? Eh? Do you know what that is? That is from the Munich newspaper the day after the king died. My great-grandfather saved it. It has been handed down to every first son. That is what Bavarians think of Ludwig.
What was Ludwig like? Why is he so revered?
Oh, he was a genius. He had a great mind, you know. He built castles, is what he did, and kept on building them until they killed him.
Who killed him?
Them, those politicians. They said he was crazy. Got a doctor to sign some papers. They arrested him.
Then what happened?
What do you think? They killed him. Oh, they said it was suicide. But me, I don't believe that. It was murder.
Most foul.
Conspiracy theorists 150 years later.
Thanks.
Bitte.
People still be arguing the Kennedy assassination in 2100 or 2200.
I don't see why not.
Maybe because all the crackpots that were alive when it happened died.
Yeah, but they'll probably...
And none of those theories is particularly plausible. Anyway, I don't know how you're supposed to know, but that's enough information for Grace to end the chapter. So we just have to write Gabriel a letter, which again is going to get
All
to
right,
him
Knight, I've got your research.
instantaneously. I don't believe there's another day in between now and the next chapter. I think that he gets it at the same time. Maybe she got up really early and had it like
careered
2-houred, and Gabriel wakes up late or something.
Well, I mean, he does seem like he would wake up late.
Well, okay.
Does she even know how much postage to use? It seems like that would be heavy.
I'm pretty sure King Ludwig really was crazy.
Now, I just need somewhere to send it to.
But obviously Jane Jensen is taking liberties and implying that maybe the werewolf had something to do with his insanity or whatever.
Oh, revisionist history.
Well, it's historical fiction.
What are you talking about?
I found the items that Gabriel wanted. Did he tell you where to send your research?
Yes. His lawyer's office in Munich.
Can I get the address?
Harald Übergrau, Marienplatz 21, München.
Hopefully she knows how to spell all that.
Thanks.
Even then, she's being rude.
Yeah.
Very rude. I don't think that's very nice of her.
Seems uncalled for.
Gerda's been nothing but nice to her.
Do we know where the post office is?
No, it's right there.
It says post.
Grüß Gott.
Grüß Gott.
Womit kann ich Ihnen dienen?
Great God. Means... It's weird, we don't have that.
Das Päckchen soll nach München gehen.
The closest thing we have is Godspeed, which no one
47 bitte.
uses anymore.
Does she have actual money?
I don't know. Maybe they take
she does.
dollars.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr.
Well, she used coins, so it had to be.
That'll give him something to chew on.
Was Marx, Let's sit across this table and glower at each other.
Yes. She gets to sit higher up.
This seems healthy. Shockingly bad audio production. I got it.
Guten Abend.
How are you? Is this the castle of the shot and joggers here?
Yes, but I'm...
How exciting! Come along, Emil. We are so thrilled to be here. Emil said it's the 1990s, for heaven's sake. The shot and joggers are probably long gone. Well, of course they aren't, I said. A family like that doesn't just dry up and blow away. The good Lord's put his mark on them.
Who are you?
I was just wondering the same thing, dear. Neither of you girls look like the heroic type, but who am I to judge? God chooses his soldiers, and who am I to put in my 2 cents?
No, we're the Smiths from Merrimack, Pennsylvania. This is my wife, Merle. You can call me Emil.
My husband. If I don't get right to the point, he'll get there for me.
It's nice to meet you both.
Uh-huh. Well, how did you hear about the Schottenjägers?
Oh, we're demonologists. My wife makes it her business to know a lot about a lot of different things. She's a regular, what you call, occultist scholar, aren't you, Mother?
That's right.
Yeah.
I read about you all when I was studying an old witch trial last spring, and I have been dying to get over here ever since.
Well, so nice of you to stop by, but I'm afraid the Schottenjäger isn't here right now. I'll let him know you called, though.
Oh, no. And I was so hoping to talk shop. We fighters of darkness are so rare these days.
Don't I know it? Can't scare one up to save your soul.
It's not your fault, Missy. I told Merle to call before he came.
People just don't take you seriously unless you're standing right there. You know that, Em.
Well, it's rather late, and if you're driving, you might as well, go out right now.
Don't worry about that. We're going to spend the night at the guest house in town. That's right.
Stop by tomorrow, won't you, dear? You and I can exchange stories at least.
We'll see.
Well, come on, Merle. These ladies are tired. I think we ought to go.
But, Em.
Come on, let's go.
Em.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Good night. What's wrong?
It's not your fault. This just happens, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'll get her some water.
Give me your hand. Oh. I see danger. Someone close to you is in danger.
Gabriel?
I see something like a wolf. A black wolf.
Now, don't you worry, miss. My Merle is going to be all right. This just happens sometimes, that's all. It just happens. Come on, Merle. Let's go. Come on.
So she's maybe not as...
What happened?
I don't know.
I guess they're not just like the Bigfoot hunters, like they actually know something.